ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। हर नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव शंभो शंकर। Narad Bhakti Sutras, the second chapter, they said, Sa na kamayamana nirodha rupatvat. What is the nature of devotion? Here it is said, Sa na kamayamana. There is no element of desire in devotion. Nirodha rupatvat means being of the nature of complete renunciation. There is no trace of desire in true devotion. We have discussed about this thought in earlier session. What is Nirodha? Also given in the next aphorism. Nirodhastu loka veda vyapara nyasaha. Nirodha means renunciation. Indeed is loka veda vyapara nyasaha. Nyasaha means giving up. Renunciation of worldly secular kind of actions and a religious kind of actions also. Why here it is said those are not conducive to devotion, we have to give up such kind of actions. That is the inner meaning. And one more thing, when we are performing actions, really we have to give up the thought of doership, that kartrutva bhava, I am doing, that thought should be given up. By giving up merely outside actions, we cannot come out from the bondage of action. Okay. Next sutra. Tasmin ananyata tad virodishu udasinata cha. Ninth sutra. Tasmin means in the Lord, in God. Ananyata. Ananyata, single pointedness, single minded. No anya bhava, no otherness. Tad virodishu udasinata cha. Whatever contradictory to the devotion unto Bhagwan, towards them the devotee will be having udasinata. Udasinata means he will not take interest in that one. He will not entertain such kind of thought. What is ananyata? Definition has been given in the next aphorism. Anyasrayanam tyagaha ananyata. Anyasrayana tyagaha. Anyasrayana means, asraya means support. Anya means other. All other supports, tyagaha, renunciation, is called ananyata. Denunciation of all other supports means only taking support, asraya, as Bhagwan only. Bhagwan is my complete asraya, so not depending upon any other kind of asraya. This is called ananyata, anya asrayana tyagaha. We have discussed up to this sutra. Next one, 11th one. Lokavedeshu tadanukulācaranam tadvirodhishu udasinata Loka Vedeshu, in secular and in religious kind of actions. Tad Anukula Acharanam. Anukula means conducive. Those are helpful. Tad Anukula means those actions are conducive to devotion, to have devotion for Bhagwan. Acharanam. Acharanam means we have to perform. If we are doing that action is developing more and more thought of devotion in us, we have to perform such kind of action. Tad virodishu udasinata. Tad virodishu means whatever are opposed to the devotion, we have to maintain udasinata. Here udasinata word we have to understand properly. We have to be indifferent towards such kind of actions. For example, one devotee, he wants to perform puja for Bhagwan. He arranged everything at home. He brought flowers, fruits, and prepared naivedya for Bhagwan. Everything he arranged. At the time only one friend he came and he started talking. And this devotee's mind completely thought of performing puja. So he wants to go to near Bhagwan. This friend, after so many days, he has come to home and he started conversation, and he is not giving even gap also. Some people will be go on talking, not about Bhagwan, worldly kind of things. So this devotee, he felt as when he is going to stop these conversations like that, what he has to do? He cannot say, hey, you stop talking, I have to go and perform puja. He should not say like that, because Atiti Devo Bhava, Bhagavan only has come in his form. So what he has to do is udasinata. He should not entertain the thoughts, whatever receiving from him. Whatever he is talking, just is nodding his head, but inside he cannot go physically near to Bhagwan. So inside he can chant Bhagwan's name, Bhagwan, Shiva Shiva, Shiva Shiva, Ram Ram. He can do that. So simple example. For Gruhasthas, though, so many times such kind of moments will be there. This is one simple example. So many times they wanted to spend more time for their sadhanas. They want to do japa, puja, they want to go to temple, they want to study. They will take the book to complete 2 pages. If he will sit for that little short of time, he got that least time, and he wants to spend the time to study 2 pages of that grantha, the text. How many times he has to get up and he has to do other works? 5-6 times. Someone will come and disturb us, go on calling, or something is happening. So what he has to do? Anukula acharana should be done. If pratikula is there, tad virodishu udasinata. He has to maintain that udasina bhava. And few people will be saying a few kind of works. If you do this one, you will get this result, and you have to do this one. We have to take pause and think. is it going to be helpful for my sadhana or not? Sometimes when we do few actions, our devotion unto Bhagwan will be decreasing also. Sometimes people will lose their faith in Bhagwan also. Other people will be so strong, they will put such kind of negative thoughts in the mind of devotee also. And they will come and say, why you are worshipping this God? And they will be saying like that. So we have to be very, very careful. Even Loka Vedeshu, secular or even in religious kind of things also, if they are very conducive, helpful for our devotion, then we have to do such kind of actions. Otherwise, we have to maintain udasina bhava. Again, understand here, please. We should not have hatredness towards other kind of things. Dvesha bhava should not be there. Udasina bhava should be there. Even maintaining in our relationships also, if other people are so negative kind of people, they are having so many kind of negative thoughts in their mind and provoking us, criticizing us, so many things. If they are doing, what kind of bhava should be there as devotee, as spiritual seeker in the beginning stages? Because if person will realize already the self, then he can see self everywhere. It's no problem for him at all. But for seekers, for beginners of this spiritual path or devotional path, what kind of thought should be maintained is udasina bhava. No raga, no dvesha. It's just not entertaining. Next. Sutra. 11th. Got over 12th one. Bhavatu निश्चयदाढ्यादूर्ध्वम् शास्त्ररक्षणम् bhavatu means let there be. Shatamanam bhavatu, Ayushman bhavatu. This kind of words you might have heard. So bhavatu means let it be, let there be. May it happen like that. Bhavatu. Nischaya dadhyat urdhvam. Nischaya means strong conviction, determined. Nischaya dadhyat urdhvam. Urdhvam means it's a general meaning of urdhva means before is there. But here we have to understand after the commitment of the life of wholehearted devotion. So one who is having 100% conviction in the path of devotion means he understood what is the glory and greatness of the devotion. He is having intellectual knowledge. Then what should be done? Shastra Rakshanam. Very important point. Shastra Rakshanam. Shastra means Shasanat Trayate iti Shastra. That which protects us by giving instructions, by guiding us, by teachings. That is called Shastra. Shasanat Trayate. Trayate means that which protects us. So Shastra Rakshanam. Rakshana means protection. Here it is said we have to protect the Shastra. So why here it is said we have to protect the Shastra? Shastra is protecting us, we have to protect Shastra. Both also. But standpoints are different. Please focus on this point and try to understand. When person is trying to realize the self or devotee is striving to become one with Bhagwan, Shastra will protect that seeker, the devotee. This is like dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If we protect dharma, dharma will protect us. Yes. So here also, for seekers and devotees, what is the protection? Shastra is protection. This is like kavacha. Kavacha? Like armor. When that soldier will be entering into the battlefield, how that kavacha will protect him, the same way, this Shastra will be protecting all the time the seeker and devotee. That one mantra is like kavacha for that devotee. Bhagavan Nama Smarana is like kavacha. So Shastra is protecting that devotee. Once he understood the teachings of scriptures and he realized the self, he became one with Bhagavat Swarupa, then afterwards what should be done? He should not give up Shastra. My job is done. I have studied everything and I know what is said in the scriptures. I know. And I realize self first. Not like that. Afterwards also the duty is there for him. Then what he has to do, he should protect the Shastra. How he can protect the Shastra? Before he has to study the Shastras, after realization, after becoming one with Bhagwan, he has to spread that knowledge. He has to propagate that knowledge. He has to share that knowledge with others. And important point is Shastra is like that mirror. Whatever we are having weaknesses in us, we will come to know. Whatever strong points in us, we will come to know. And Shastra will reflect our personality. We have to see in that mirror and we have to correct ourselves. To understand this thought, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, he imparted wonderful knowledge to Arjuna. All of us we know. Lord Krishna, he said, in so many years back, earlier yugas, I have imparted this knowledge to Surya Bhagavan, and he imparted this knowledge to so many other great kings also in his lineage. But slowly what happened, Kala Kramena, in due course of time, this knowledge is as though disappearing. Why? Because people are not there to study the Shastras, to receive that knowledge. So that parampara has to be maintained. Now how we are receiving this knowledge? Because of our Guru Parampara. Great Mahatmas, for example, our Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmayanandji, he went to Himalayas and he studied under Puja Swami Shivanandji Maharaj and Puja Tapovanji Maharaj. Whatever he studied, the Shastra, that time studying Shastra means he protected the Shastra. Protection word should be understood properly. And after receiving that knowledge, he did not stop there. How that Ganga Mata, river of Ganga is flowing and nourishing everyone, supporting everyone. In the same way, this Jnana Ganga also should reach everyone. So he thought and he came down from the Himalayas. He started imparting that knowledge. He received. After receiving that knowledge, he started giving to others. That's why now we are able to study these scriptures. Yes. So this is called Shastra Rakshana. This is our responsibility. This is called Rishi Runa. We are so much indebted to our great ancient Rishi Mahatmas, great seers of the truth. How many Mahatmas, Vedavyasa, Maharshi, our Adi Shankaracharya, they got that knowledge, they received that knowledge and they are realized masters. For them, in fact, no need to come down and teach all of us. They can just revel in that self. But why they left all kind of comforts and even striving a lot to impart this knowledge. Adi Shankaracharya, in those days, walking across the country, north to south, south to north, east to west, west to east, how many times? Why they did all these things? Because Shastra Rakshanam. This is called Shastra Rakshana. So Bhavatu Nischaya Dadhyad Urdhvam Shastra Rakshanam. Being as a devotee and the seeker, he has to protect the Shastra by studying the Shastra, receiving that knowledge. And after receiving that knowledge, the duty is, responsibility is, he has to impart to others. So we also are having responsibility. If we are not studying scriptures, it's not correct. After receiving this knowledge, we should not keep with us only. As much as possible, we have to share with others. Shastra Rakshana should be done. Simple example. Some people, they will be having wonderful books with them. Spiritual books, devotional books, and great Mahatma's life histories. Wonderful books. They might have studied and they kept in Almara, Biruas. After so many years, also, no one is there to pick up that book and study. And how many libraries might have seen so many books, wonderful knowledge, just they kept like that. No use of that. You believe or not, I have gone to few places for Jnana Yajnas, even in villages also. There are so many great people. They have collected good books and they studied and very old kind of. So if you see the date, you will wonder. Nowadays, we cannot get such kind of books. No printing at all. Out of printing, they are saying. Why out of printing? Because people are not there to study such kind of books. It means people are become so extroverted, don't mind, so extroverted, so worldly kind of people. We are unable to utilize wonderful knowledge. When I have gone there and seen, I have wondered, is such kind of good books are there. People are not ready to study all these kind of books. For years together, just they kept like that. At least I felt happy. They did not throw those books when their parents and grandparents, they have left their body. Few people, they will keep their things and books collected by them. It's like that. Few people, though, they will feel is why we have to keep all these things. If we remove all these things, we will get more space like that. They will be throwing books also. They don't know the value of those books. When I have gone there and seen a few places, I felt so happy. At least they are not studying. They thought these are good books. Let them be like that. And they said in future someone will read and study and they will get benefit. And asked if it is possible, please give it to me. We will utilize those books properly. So I received such kind of books, wonderful books. Shastra Rakshana should be done. Adi Shankaracharya ji, when he has gone to his guru Govinda Padacharya ji, so many what you call in olden days they used to write on leaves, na Talapatra Grantha, etc. At least nowadays we are having so many facilities and comforts to protect the books. Here protecting Shastra Rakshana means it's not only is collecting books and protecting the books, but it's knowledge. That is important. So Adi Shankaracharya, when he went there and he saw so many kind of these Shastra Tandas, they are in dilapidated state, no one is caring them. So then his guru said this, someone is required to revive all these things. Wonderful knowledge is there. We have to impart to others. Then Shankaracharya, he started picking up all those things and he studied and he started writing commentaries upon this Brahmasutras, Upanishads, and Bhagavad Gita. And he composed so many sutras and he himself authored for so many books. Now we are here, we are receiving that wonderful knowledge. Shastra Rakshana should be done. Now, in our Chinmaya mission, we have started Chinmaya Vishwa Vidyapit to protect this Shastra only. In CIF, already the research center is there to protect Shastra. Shastra Rakshana should be done. You might have heard Nalanda and Takshashila universities. Source of knowledge, source of wisdom for the entire world. Vishwavidyalayas, great Vishwavidyalayas. You know, I think In those days, those who felt jealous of us, if these Indians are having this kind of knowledge, we cannot beat them. So we cannot conquer them. First, we have to destroy their knowledge. They thought like that. And how many days, days together, all those granthas, even if I remember the thought also, it's so painful, so painful. How could they do like that? Putting all those Shastra granthas and set them into fire. It's burning days together. But one thing, they could put into fire our books, Shastra granthas, but not knowledge. Even one Mahatma, one Jnani, one great devotee, again, he can revive, he can write hundreds and thousands of books. He can impart such kind of knowledge. Who can stop us? Shastra Rakshana should be done. They could burn the books, but not knowledge, wisdom. It's ours. Now we are studying. Now we are studying Narada Bhakti Sutras, composed by Narada Maharshi. Think. This is called Shastra Rakshana. Those Mahatmas, great devotees, great Jnanis, they did Shastra Rakshana. It's our responsibility. We have to study, we have to reflect, we have to receive this wonderful knowledge. This is called Shastra Rakshana. Two standpoints, from seeker standpoint and from the realized standpoint. For seeker standpoint, Shastra will protect him. From the realized master standpoint, great ardent devotee standpoint, Mahatma standpoint, they will protect Shastra. Next. If someone will come and ask us, if we don't do Shastra Rakshana, what will happen? We don't study, we don't follow, then what? Someone will come and ask, reply also given here, very strong. Anyatha Patityashankaya Anyatha, otherwise, or else, if we don't protect Shastra, then Patitya Ashankaya, there is great fear of a fall. Here Ashanka means it's not down, fear in fact. Patati means falling. Patitya Ashankaya means there is fear of fall. Here fall means it's not outside, physical kind of thing. From the spiritual path, from the devotional path, we will fall. Again, we will degrade ourselves, even not as human beings. We may go to lower kind of things. It's like animal. We may behave like that. If proper guidance is not there in our life, we are even not able to maintain human qualities also. So if someone is coming and asking, if we don't study the scriptures, if we don't follow the teachings, what will happen? What will happen? You will fall. You will fall means you will be in such a condition, miserable state, because those who are doing Shastra Rakshana, those who are receiving this knowledge, those who are imparting this knowledge, they are enjoying divine happiness. If person is not connected to the Shastra, not connected to this wonderful path of devotion, not having devotion for Bhagavan, then always he will be trying to get little bit happiness in the world outside, and very often he will receive sorrow only, dukkha only. Because this world is dukkha yoni, and he will degrade himself. He cannot maintain his dignity as even human being. That's why, see, in our, what you call, in our culture, even from the childhood onwards, our elders will be saying, If person is not studying, means if he is not having education, he is like peculiar kind of animal walking on two legs. So education is required, knowledge is required. Shastra Rakshana should be done. Anyatha, patitya shankaya, you will fall, you will fall. Where you will fall also we cannot say. So much downfall. So please try to rise. Uddharet atmana atmanam. Try to uplift by yourself. Next one, next aphorism. Lokopi tavadeva, lokopi tavadeva, kintu भोजनादि व्यापारस्त्वा शरीरधारणावधि भोजनादि व्यापारस्त्वा शरीरधारणावधि. How long we have to practice? How long we have to do Shastra Rakshana? If someone will ask like this, answer is Lokopi, even only kind of thing, even in this world also, Tavat Eva, to that extent means for spiritual seeker and for devotee, Shastra protection is required until he realizes the self. Loke api, the social practices also. Means if someone is coming and asking, in the scriptures it is said we have to do this one, we have to do that one. So many responsibilities have been given. Varnasrama dharmas also said, being as Gruhastha householder, you have to perform these kind of actions. You have to fulfill your responsibilities. So many things said, social kind of responsibilities are there, personal kind of responsibilities also will be there. So how long person has to perform his actions to fulfill all those responsibilities? Here it is said, Tavat Eva, even in the world also he has to fulfill all his responsibilities and go on performing actions until he will realize his own self, until he will become one with Bhagavan. If we go and ask, for example, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, Bhagavan, you are living in this society, you are having so many responsibilities towards the society, so you can come and participate in freedom fighting, or you can come and help these poor people. So you go to home and your mother is waiting for you. So you are having responsibility to give happiness to your family members. If we go and say like this, how it will be? All those responsibilities will be there for the person, one who has not yet realized the self, not yet realized the divine glory, Bhagavad Swarupa. So once he came to that state of experience, Mokshasthiti, for him in this world, in fact, no responsibilities to fulfill, no duties for him. Lord Krishna, he said, Arjuna, in 3 lokas, in 3 worlds, also I don't have to do anything. For me, there is no duty at all, but still I am doing because all others are following me. So for the sake of others, I am doing. From my standpoint, no need to do. We have to understand this. So if any one of us, if we are having this doubt, how long we have to do practices, even spiritual and devotional practices? How long we have to do puja, japa, tapa, studying scriptures, listening shastra? How long? Till you realize the self. Till we know the Bhagavad Swarupa. Loke api tavat eva, only to that extent. But afterwards also, we are having this body. So whatever requirements are there, we have to take care of them to what you call maintain good health of this body. So bhojanadi vyaparaha, to indeed bhojanadi vyaparaha. Bhojanadi means eating, drinking, etc. These kind of activities, we have to do these things till the end of our life. Here it is said, asharira dharana avadhi. Avadhi means period of time, limitation. Asharira dharana. Dharana means protecting or nourishing. Asharira dharana avadhi means as long as the body exists. This body is there, so we have to take care of this body. This is instrument. We have to take care of this instrument. Even after realization also. Why? Because body is there. This body will be useful to others. For Ramakrishna Paramahamsaji, already he got the darshan of Kalika Mata, and by the grace of Totapuri Maharaj, he realized that the experience of Brahma Swarupa, he understood the Advaita Siddhanta. Afterwards also, why maintaining that body for others, to do Shastra Rakshana? So many Mahatmas, great Mahatmas, they will be doing so many activities in this world, not for the sake of their happiness, because they know the source of happiness. Without doing all these things also, they can be happy, but they will be doing out of compassion, out of love for us. So this divine work will be going on through this instrument. So this body should be maintained till the end. Body should be maintained. So these are wonderful thoughts today. So all of us, we have to study the scriptures. We have to propagate this knowledge. Even giving one book as a gift to other person, it's good. Rishi Runa, we are indebted to them. We are doing Rishi Yajna, in fact. Informing to one person, another person about this knowledge. Once you can come and listen, one session you can listen. If you can inform, like if we can do like that, who knows that jiva in him, how long that jiva will be waiting? That jiva may connect with one pravachan, one session. He may connect with one thought. Good. So Shastra Rakshana should be done. If we are having good books, please take them out and study. Don't keep just like that. And if it is possible, try to give as gift to others our Holy Gita, commented by our Puji Gurudev. Wonderful commentary. Now, so Holy Gita you can get free also. In our websites you can search. See how much Mahatmas, they are thinking about us and bringing that knowledge to our level. It's our responsibility. We have to study. We have to receive more and more and more knowledge. We will conclude this session today because by this second chapter has been, means second section has been concluded. So next topic will be different. In the next topic, we are going to discuss about what are the definitions given by great ardent devotees and Mahatmas about this devotion. What is the bhakti? How we can cultivate bhakti, how we can maintain bhakti. All those points also given in the next section. So we will take up that topic in the next session. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om. Shall we sing one bhajan? गिरिधारी जय गिरिधारी, गिरिधारी जय गिरिधारी, गिरिधारी जय गिरिधारी। सुगंध तुलसी दलवनमाली, सुगंध तुलसी दलवनमाली, गिरिधारी जय गिरिधारी। मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर नागर, मुरली मोहन गिरिधारी, मुरली मोहन गिरिधारी। जय जय गोपी मनोहर गिरिधारी, जय जय गोपी मनोहर गिरिधारी, गिरिधारी जय गिरिधारी, जय गिरिधारी, जय गिरिधारी। बोलिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।